As we move beyond the age of 60, the way the body responds to food begins to change in quiet but important ways. Many seniors continue eating the same meals they have trusted for decades, especially vegetables that are widely associated with good health. A plate of greens or a light dinner often feels like the safest and most responsible choice. However, the article begins by gently challenging the assumption that foods always affect the body the same way at every stage of life. Rather than creating fear, the opening message focuses on awareness. Aging brings natural changes in metabolism, hydration signals, kidney function, and blood vessel flexibility. These shifts do not mean the body is failing. They simply mean it processes nutrients differently than it did in midlife. Because of this, the timing of meals, portion size, and interactions with medications can matter more after 60 than they once did. The article explains that some seniors notice symptoms such as dizziness, fatigue, or discomfort that seem to appear overnight or without a clear cause. While these experiences can have many explanations, the article encourages viewers to consider whether food timing and combinations might be contributing factors. It emphasizes that this is not about blaming vegetables or labeling foods as dangerous. Instead, it is about understanding context. A key point is reassurance. Seniors are not told to stop eating healthy foods or to follow strict rules. They are encouraged to learn how their own bodies respond and to make small, thoughtful adjustments. By paying closer attention to how meals affect sleep, energy, and comfort, the older adults can make choices that better support their well-being. The article frames this knowledge as empowering, offering seniors more control rather than less. Building on that opening awareness, the article moves deeper into explaining why these reactions happen after 60. It makes it clear that nothing has gone wrong with the body. Aging is not a failure or a sudden breakdown. Instead, the body has quietly shifted into a different operating mode, one that requires more attention and intention. Systems that once adapted easily now respond more slowly and more sensitively, especially overnight when the body is resting and circulation naturally slows. One of the first changes discussed is kidney function. As people age, the kidneys filter fluids and minerals less efficiently. This affects hydration balance and blood thickness during sleep. Foods that influence water loss, mineral balance, or blood flow can therefore have a stronger effect at night than they did decades earlier. At the same time, blood vessels lose some flexibility, which means circulation becomes more vulnerable to sudden changes in pressure or thickness. Medication use is another important factor woven into this explanation. Many seniors take prescriptions for blood pressure, heart health, or circulation. These medications interact with nutrients in ways that younger bodies did not need to consider. A vegetable eaten without issue at 40 may behave differently at 70 when combined with daily medication and slower metabolism. The article also explains that hydration signals weaken with age. Seniors may not feel thirsty even when the body needs fluids. This makes timing and food choices more significant, especially in the evening. What is eaten late in the day can influence blood flow and comfort overnight. Importantly, and the article avoids blame. It does not suggest that seniors have been making bad choices. Instead, it emphasizes that the rules have changed. Once viewers understand these shifts, the confusion around food reactions begins to make sense. This explanation prepares the audience to receive the next sections with clarity rather than fear, reinforcing the idea that informed choices lead to safer and more comfortable aging. Continuing from this understanding of how the aging body works, the article then shifts focus toward everyday eating habits that many seniors still consider harmless. It explains that vegetables are often viewed as universally safe, which is why their effects are rarely questioned. However, after 60, even healthy foods can place unexpected stress on the body when eaten in the wrong way or at the wrong time. This does not mean vegetables suddenly become dangerous. It means the margin for error becomes smaller. The article emphasizes that the main risk does not come from a single meal. Instead, it develops quietly through repeated habits, eating certain vegetables late in the evening, consuming them in large portions, or combining them unknowingly with medications can gradually affect circulation, hydration, and blood balance during sleep. Because these effects build slowly, many seniors do not connect mild symptoms such as morning dizziness, fatigue, or mental fog with food choices from the night before. Another key point is that the body overnight behaves differently than during the day. Circulation slows, fluid levels shift, and blood naturally becomes slightly thicker. When foods that influence water loss, mineral balance, or blood flow are added into this environment, the impact becomes stronger. What the body could easily adjust to during daytime activity may become more challenging during rest. The article also highlights that these reactions are highly individual. Two people of the same age can respond very differently to the same food depending on hydration habits, health conditions, and medications. This is why broad advice often fails older adults. Rather than creating fear, this section reinforces awareness. By understanding that timing and context matter as much as food choice itself, seniors gain clarity. Vegetables remain valuable, but they now require thoughtful use to support comfort, stability, and long-term well-being. Building on this idea of awareness and timing, the article then moves toward practical guidance that helps seniors regain a sense of control rather than uncertainty. Instead of listing foods as good or bad, it reframes the conversation around how to eat smarter as the body ages. The focus is on reducing unnecessary strain while still enjoying familiar meals. This approach helps seniors feel supported rather than restricted. A central message in this section is balance. Older bodies benefit when meals are spread thoughtfully throughout the day, hydration is maintained, and portions are adjusted to current needs. Foods that affect circulation, fluid balance, or digestion can still be part of a healthy routine when they are eaten earlier in the day or paired with supportive choices. Small changes such as shifting heavier vegetables to lunch, so drinking water alongside meals, or avoiding large late-evening portions can significantly improve how the body feels the next morning. The article also emphasizes listening to subtle signals. Morning stiffness, dizziness, headaches, or fatigue are not always random signs of aging. They can be feedback from the body asking for gentler support. Paying attention to patterns helps seniors identify which habits work best for them personally. This individualized approach replaces confusion with confidence. Importantly, the tone remains reassuring. Aging does not mean food becomes dangerous. It means choices carry more weight and deserve more intention. With simple adjustments, seniors can continue eating vegetables in ways that support circulation, comfort, and daily stability. This is where action matters. Take a moment today to reflect on your evening meals. Notice how you feel the next morning. Try adjusting timing or portions for 1 week and observe the difference. If this perspective feels helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone over 60 who wants practical guidance for aging with clarity, balance, and peace of mind. Bringing everything together, the final message of the article is not fear, but empowerment through understanding. Aging after 60 does not mean the body is fragile or failing. It means the body has changed its priorities and now responds more strongly to timing, balance, hydration, and consistency. Foods that once felt neutral can create discomfort if habits do not evolve alongside the body. When seniors recognize this shift, daily choices become tools for support rather than sources of confusion. Throughout the article, a clear pattern has emerged. The body gives quiet signals first. These may appear as morning fatigue, stiffness, dizziness, digestive discomfort, or uneven energy. Rather than dismissing these signs as unavoidable aging, the article encourages viewers to see them as useful feedback. Small adjustments in meal timing, portion size, and food combinations can reduce internal stress and improve how the body feels from one day to the next. Another important lesson is that health after 60 is built gradually. There is no single food that causes harm on its own and no perfect diet that guarantees protection. What matters most is consistency. Eating earlier in the day, staying hydrated, being mindful of medications, and avoiding extremes all work together to support circulation, digestion, and mental clarity. These habits help protect independence and daily comfort over time. The tone remains practical and reassuring. Seniors are not asked to give up the foods they enjoy or follow rigid rules. Instead, they are invited to make thoughtful choices that respect their current needs. Awareness replaces fear. Adaptation replaces restriction. As you move forward, start small. Observe how your body responds to evening meals. Adjust one habit and give it time. If this message resonated with you, consider supporting the channel by liking the video and sharing it with someone who may benefit. Knowledge shared at the right moment can help many age with confidence, balance, and peace of mind.